know us, we know you. From soul food to Whole Foods, from Crenshaw to Nobu. It's old school do's and don't do's in the spot. I wrote the recipe down, wrist deep in the pot. Yeah, puff it and pass it. Chill Pinot Grigio in the glass, cheese and crackers. Pair up is classic. Learn from the masters, you just gotta listen. The room too hot, then move from out the kitchen. A new spot, ain't no food court. Age to prime, homie, results take time. Life is too short for bad eating, for bad tippers, for bad service and bad liquor. I need it all fresh. Follow directions, I explain it on the back. A little bit of this, tablespoon of that. Yeah, just watch the mix. I done made this here from scratch. It ain't about where you from. They don't love you where you at.
Think about it.
Yeah, food for thought. What they talking about? Yeah. Saturdays 8 o'clock. What they talking about? K&E, that's the boss. What you talking about? Yeah, Lamert Park, eating good. What we talking about? Yeah, a lot to talk about.
What you talking about? K-Lou in the building, what you talking about? Ernest Skinner in the building, food for thought, what you talking about? It is food for thought, and it is the first show of the new year.
The first show of the new year.
Yeah, it has.
2026.
I feel like I ain't seen you in forever.
You've seen me, but not enough.
I haven't seen. Well,
it's the end of the month.
It's the end of the month. Yeah. So, K-Lou, this is our first show of the new year, and my question for you is, how were your holidays?
My holidays were excellent. I went to Fort Worth for Christmas, had a blast, and then was very low-key on New Year's Eve. But my holidays were great. Attempted to get refreshed, did a whole blueprint for the year, all the things.
Yeah, I was back east with my family, and so I always bring in the new year back east. For anybody that has listened to the show, you know that my sister and I did our annual tradition of going to Tony Chang's and eating an obnoxious amount of food.
I'm sure.
But, it's interesting because my sister is on like Wegovy, Ozempic, one of the
Things.
GLP-1s, and she couldn't eat as much as we normally do.
Oh, okay.
Now, that didn't stop us from ordering the amount of food that we normally do. But, so we did that. And, but, we haven't really talked to people in a while. And at the end of last year, we were able to go to the 101 Best Restaurants.
Yep.
Like, that's how we ended the year.
Yep.
And it was... shout out to our friends over at LA Times because they always look out for us, and they gave us some tickets to give away to guests, which was amazing. The guests said that they had a beautiful time. And what were your highlights of the night?
So my highlights of the night were, one, I had a awkward black girl moment with Issa Rae.
Oh, yes.
Because she looked so stunning, and she had on like this kind of off-white top, and I went to hug her, and I was like, ooh, let me not mess up your clothes or get my makeup, whatever. But she was lovely, and we met her with AJ and Yoni, so good time. Somerville was nominated. All the good things was on the list, made the list first year. All accolades to them. I think my other highlight was watching one of our favorite chefs win the number one. Be positioned at number one, Holbox. And actually, LA Times did something really cool. They gave it to the whole... technical difficulty. They gave it to the whole dining, what they call a dining hall, right?
Right. So for those people that don't know... Holbox is literally in a hall, in a dining hall. It's almost like a cafeteria kind of vibe.
Yep.
Now, there are a bunch of small restaurants that are there, and as you said, LA Times did so rather than it just being Holbox as the number one restaurant in the 101 Best Times, we should probably have led with plot twist. We're going to give away some information, so it is what it is. But yeah, instead of just saying Holbox, they gave it to the whole Plaza del Mercado, which I thought was a beautiful thing.
So good. I love that. And I think the other highlight was just the energy in the room. It seems like, people were like really into, eating and moving around and having a cocktail. They had some zero proof items there as well. And, just hanging out with you and
Yeah, it was a good time.
and Prentice and Mona and Kevin.
Yeah, and I want to showcase. So there were a few friends of the show that were on the 101 Best Restaurants.
Yes.
So as Karen said, there was Somerville as a restaurant right out the gate. They made the 101 Best Restaurants. As we told you, friend of the show, Chef Gilberto Cetina of Holbox was the number one restaurant in the 101 Best Restaurants. Alta Adams was also on the 101 Best Restaurants. So
that was another highlight, watching him walk around with his beautiful wife and not know what to do because he's normally cooking.
Yeah, he's
normally participatory.
He's normally cooking.
Yes.
And he was a guest. He
Yeah.
was like a guest that was nominated.
Right.
And so he was just like, what do I do? What do you like? And,
I walk around and I get to eat? What?
and there were a lot of good Republique, which
Yep.
was how one of the first restaurants that you and I ate
Yep.
together at.
Yep.
They were on the list. So there were a lot of friends of the show that were on the list.
Yes.
Now there were some people that that we thought should have been on the list that were not, and there were some people that were on the list that should not have been there, in our opinion.
Yeah.
And one of the things that came out of the 101 Best Restaurants is that we are going to have shortly. So one of the people from the selection committee to be able to talk to us a little bit about how that is determined,
What the process
and
is,
how restaurants make it on and how restaurants make it off.
Yeah.
So, but all in all, like I said, it was a great night, and I definitely have to say thank you once again to our friends over at LA Times.
Yep.
And speaking of friends of the show, one of the restaurants that we love, that was unfortunately not one of the 101 Best Restaurants, is Joyce. And it is Grammy Week here in LA, and at Joyce they are doing a pre-Grammy brunch on Sunday, February 1st. From like 12 to 3 p.m. And you can find the same way that you could find our event that we did at Joyce on Open Table.
Right.
You can find the event that they're doing because not only is Joyce a friend of the show, but Chef Cleveland is I know you know him well from Post and Beam. He is the featured chef, and
He is now the culinary director of Joyce.
Are we allowed to say? Well, we gonna give you everything.
I mean, what do they say? Do what you got to do. Get your hand spanked later.
Right. So congratulations to Chef Cleveland.
Yes.
And also friend of the show, Janelle Brooks Petty from All Chill Inc.
Yeah.
It will be participating in the pre-Grammy brunch. So
I was talking about her last night. Does that mean that All Chill isn't open on Sunday? I need to eat some ice cream. I can wait. It's fine.
You can wait. And
it's been 21 days, so it's fine.
It has been 21 days. So it is the top of the year, and it is dry January, and we are drinking zero proof champagne.
Yeah, by Josh. Potential sponsor. Come on down, Josh.
And then you also weren't eating meat. And is that just for the January, or is that something that is going to go on a little bit longer?
You know what's funny? You're not supposed to talk about it a lot, but I was doing the Daniel fast, which is a spiritual fast. Again, if you know, you know. And I wasn't eating meat. And it was interesting because I can feel a difference in not eating meat, and I can't wait to have like a steak and a piece of fish or whatever, but I think that and I started this a little bit last year, I'm not going to buy meat or fish for the house, so I'm going to cook vegan at the house, and then when I'm out I may have probably more fish than meat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you find yourself missing meat?
I didn't. I'm on the. I'm on the. I can have meat on Sunday.
Okay.
So I feel like there were times when I was like, ooh, really want to run down to Farmhouse Kitchen and get some oxtail curry. But that it just kind of went away. It passed. I do think that I really want some fish, though. I've been craving the fish. I had a great branzino at Craig's, of all places.
Okay.
So, yeah, I didn't miss it. How can I say it? Like, I think I've been really getting into salads a little bit more, and I really know how to cook vegetables well. So it hasn't been like, oh, I just get to have vegetables. It hasn't been like that. So It's been great. Been a great experience. We'll see.
Well, the month's almost over, so
Yeah, we'll see.
There's, it's not there. I don't think there's a need for you to starve yourself or deprive yourself anymore.
I mean, well, we have places to go.
I was about to say we need to be in these streets.
I gotta taste. I gotta taste everything.
We got to be in these streets.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really excited about our guest this evening, and so when we come forward, I think that people are going to really enjoy what we've got going on. So, you are listening to, watching, vibing out to Food for Thought with Karen and Ernest. You are listening to, watching, vibing out to Food for Thought with Karen and Ernest, and I am really excited about our guest tonight. I personally have known her for forever and a day, and I think this is your first time getting a chance to meet her. Is that correct, Karen?
I think I've crossed paths with her before. Her beauty and her aura. But yes, meeting her formally, yes, my first time.
And, I guess we have gotten a chance to meet her, but we should tell our audience who it is. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is our pleasure to have Dr. Yolanda Whitaker. And for those of you who may be wondering who the Dr. Yolanda Whitaker is, she is known to me as Yo-Yo. Boop, 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 boop. Don't try to play me out. Bow. All right.
What's up?
Yo-Yo, how are you, Mama?
Karen, I am doing great. How are you?
I am amazing. It's great to have you here.
Thank you. I'm glad to be
Thank
here.
you so much.
And
Really
we are celebrating dry January, so we all have our zero proof champagne.
Yes.
With our berries.
I mean, because we are known for having the liquor, but Karen was
known.
like, we can't do this, and so so we're going to toast you. Thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you.
I mean, thank you for being here. But so there may be people who are wondering why Yo-Yo is on Food for Thought with Karen and Ernest.
I know, right?
And you are, I want to preface this by saying you are our sister in radio. You are Grammy Award winning. You are all the things.
Presidential award winning.
Yes, say it again twice from President Biden.
Say it for the people in the back.
People in the back. So, but the key thing that before we jump into anything else, when I did my introduction, I put some respect on your name, and I said Dr. Yolanda Whitaker. So tell everybody about your doctorate.
Let me pop my collar.
Pop your collar and talk your talk. Come on, baby.
Come on, baby. You better do that.
Let me pop my collar real quick. Well, all praises due to God. First of all, I've been, of course, in this industry for 35 years. I've been doing the community work, village work, working with the Intelligent Black Women's Coalition, which is 35 years in existence and still ongoing. And for 13 years, I have the Yo-Yo School of Hip Hop Arts and Academics program. And we have been all over the states in 26 markets. For 13 years, I've given $1,000 scholarships in each city that we visit. I have a Yo-Yo School of Hip Hop in Detroit, 10 years, and a Yo-Yo School of Hip Hop in Los Angeles. And on the road in different markets, I told you 18 plus markets, I do hip hop literacy where I teach young kids how to turn sentences into paragraphs into essays while using the formula of writing.
Awesome.
I love that.
And because of that, I was honored and thought about by the president and some different organizations who put my name in the hat. And 2021, honored by President Biden. 2022, honored by President Biden, and the Bible Christian Community University honored me with my doctorate because of the work that I've put in over the past 13 years in service.
As the youngins say, I'm just gonna give
Clock
you this.
it.
Like, I want to be able to get. If I'm old, so I really want to be like bam, 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 bam.
Right, that's what I do.
Let me see my new one for the new year. Bam, 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 bam.
The first time in 2026. So the accolades, and you've been doing the industry stuff for years.
Yeah.
And for those people that are learning, they are learning that for you, it is not just about the persona. It is about community.
Right.
It is about making sure that you give back, and that even in the heyday, like that's how you started it. Like it was something that you were known for. I think that with all of that being said, we can talk about all the things that are amazing about Yo-Yo or Dr. Whitaker if you
Right.
If you play right.
Renewed. That's what you call full circle. Full circle
Yeah.
moment where I can come back to who I originally was when I was birthed. You
Right.
know what I mean? Now Yo-Yo works for Yolanda.
Say it again for the people in the back.
With the understanding, because Yolanda was working for Yo-Yo at some point.
Right,
in
that
my
part.
career.
I love that.
And then so people may be wondering if we are having you on our show, Food for
Right.
Thought, just to talk about all of the amazing things you have done. And it's our show, so we can do whatever we want.
Period.
But we are primarily having you on our show because you have a show on Aspire TV, Downright Delicious with Yo-Yo.
Yes.
And so tell everybody what the show is about, and we gonna get into this. So
Yeah.
Well, it's downright delicious. I'll be whipping in that kitchen.
And you do.
And every dish that I be making be what? Finger licking.
Oh.
Whether it's lobster rolls or steak, salmon cakes or penny pasta, who got you? My kitchen's hotter because I'm Mama Mia's daughter. And I did not come to play because I'm in my happy place. Downright Delicious is a show. We're in our 3rd season. You can find it on Aspire TV, Aspire TV Plus, or Amazon Prime for additional episodes that you might miss. It is a safe place, a happy place where I invite my friends and my family, like I do, into my kitchen. We conversate, we cocktail it up, and we create healthy, budget boss dishes. And we go over these recipes. I share my recipes with you. I have friends such as Tobias, Vinny of Naughty by Nature, some of my girlfriends. My mother's in the kitchen.
I love it.
My mama is in the kitchen with me cooking, talking smack, and being the gangster she was that we grew up with. And it is such a pleasure
so much.
for me to see myself for the first time as Dr. Yolanda Whitaker in the kitchen, doing what I love. And it is the gift that God gave me. And I'm able to share myself in my home with the world.
I love that. Let's talk about, clearly your mom was an inspiration,
Yes,
right?
yes.
You got it honest.
Yes.
But let's talk about how old you were when you first found yourself in the kitchen and you were doctoring up stuff and creating and making, because you are a creative extraordinaire. So let's talk about
I mean,
that.
my mother had us peeling the scales off of fish when we were young, popping the peas, cleaning the greens, seasoning the meat, chopping up the vegetables. So at a very young age, my mother was having us in the kitchen. We were mama's helpers my entire life. Still today, she'll call us like, nobody's going to help me with this Thanksgiving dinner. We're over there cooking our own Thanksgiving dinner.
Right.
But so I started as a young girl and really just classic Southern dishes like other families. But being on the road since 17 years old, I've walked into some amazing restaurants that I had never visited as a 17-year-old girl and under, because my mother always cooked meals for us, and we wasn't the McDonald's and Burger King kids.
Okay.
We were the taco kids. My mom would stop at the taco shop, let's be clear.
Okay.
So as I traveled and having kids and wanting to make my own dishes, I always had specialty dishes that I made already. And my hunt for more dishes, my hunt for something other than soul food, just I would pick up recipes and, I would inquire when I go to restaurants, how did you make that? What did you put in that? And, and I would get the information. And then I started just picking up recipes and trying them. And during the pandemic, the world got a chance to see it because of social media.
Are you one of those chefs where cooking is therapeutic for you?
Cooking saved my life.
Okay. See, I'm greedy, so I cook at home because I just want to taste the good food, right? And I'm getting better at cooking at home because it's just me.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to cook for one, but instead of door dashing and all this other stuff, it's like, I can be economically sound and I can create whatever and I can sprinkle this and just make stuff up because it's just me. So if I mess up, who cares?
Right.
And I can perfect those things. But again, because I'm greedy, it's not therapeutic for me. It's definitely not therapeutic.
The kitchen for me is where people leave me alone also. It's my way to get out the house.
So
I go to the market.
Time. Okay.
I'm looking for ingredients that I've never even seen before. So I'm Googling, I'm researching information. Where can I find this specific spice? And sometimes it's taking me out of my comfort zone because I'm going to Indian shops, I'm going to Jamaican spots, I'm going to Brazilian restaurants, I'm going to the Mexican place.
Okay.
The Latino spot.
Right.
I'm from LA, we call it the Mexican spot.
Yeah, because I'm Blaxican.
Right,
So.
I'm Blaxican too, let's be
Girl,
clear.
let's get it.
So, and for me, it's no one bothers me. It's not like, stop what you're doing, I'm cooking, and they know that.
Okay, okay.
And I can stay in the kitchen all day. It's cocktails, it's conversation, the music is playing, and I get a chance to taste. The tea. I can see the TV from the kitchen. And I'm a sports girl, so I'm watching football, cooking.
Yes, please.
And I used to be my sister would call me a kiss ass person because I would buy my way through people. I spent a lot of time on the road, so I was always buying gifts or giving something. But now food has become my way of showing you I love you.
Okay.
Come in, let me cook for you. What cocktail you want? I'm a mixologist.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, but on that point,
Yes.
That was a mic drop. I'm a mixologist.
She can say that,
Ooh.
but I want to go back a step where she was
Okay.
like, I cook. I'm a mixologist. That's how I show that I love you. But I ain't never
Oh,
had no
you-
yo-yo
it-
cooking.
oh, right,
and
right.
you ain't never had no
Well,
yo-yo
come
cooking.
on over to
So-
my
I
place.
just met her,
It'll
technically.
be so
I mean-
nice. It'll be so nice. Yeah.
You
Come
better
on and
sing.
go with me.
Okay,
so
Teddy.
and look, everybody heard you say it. So when we
Yes.
pop up at the crib, I don't want your security. I don't
Without
want
question.
the dogs barking. None of that.
Listen, you got to dance your way into my door.
Ooh,
I play
okay.
the music of. I think of the song I
That's
want to play.
nothing for him.
I videotape you on my Instagram. You dance your way on into my crib,
I love
and you
it.
walk right into the kitchen.
I love it. I'm here
nice.
for
Now
it.
that's dominoes included, and I'm gonna kick your tail, and that is some spades if you have a partner.
Oh, okay. So as it applies to spades, are you big, little, two diamonds,
However,
two of spades,
whatever
or
you like. Whatever you like.
Okay. So
Because I'm gonna walk that jack.
you are not going to have a jack walk.
I'm gonna have a jack walk.
No, ma'am.
baby. I'm gonna walk that
ain't
jack.
nobody believing you on that. So, so
had
you
to
have
drink
said
on that.
that you are that cooking is therapeutic for you, and you also told us that this really started during the pandemic. But can you take us through how did it actually end up happening? Was it just you being on IG or whatever, and then how did the Aspire TV part of it
Right.
end up happening?
I'm Yo-Yo.
Oh, right.
I mean,
who
you
am I
Girl.
talking
No,
to?
I'm just joking.
Oh, I was like, I might have to sit at your knee one day. Get that confidence.
Listen, no.
I love that.
Well, first of all, conversations with God. Let's just be clear. Let me start there. Because of my obedience, God said He was going to give me the desires of my heart. And just in my alignment with God, I just really started being intentional on whatever I wanted. I always wanted a cooking show. I watched the cooking shows before Bobby Flay became Beat Bobby Flay. I've known Bobby Flay work before then. I've watched all of the cooking shows. There's not a cooking show I haven't watched. And it was like wanting to be on different shows. You watch it as an artist. You say, I want to be there. But no one knew I loved to cook. The pandemic happened. I mean, my industry friends know, people who've been to my house, they ask for specific dishes. I mean, I've cooked on the road in my tour bus for Too Short, Ice Cube, Digital Underground, Public Enemy. They've all had my foods. Chef from Wu-Tang has been to my house after hours. You know, the after hours.
But
Was that,
Ernest,
you know, after we left the after hours, you came to
but
the
Ernest
house.
hasn't been to her house, and
Always
Ernest
thinking
hasn't
about
tasted
himself.
any
Always
of her
thinking about
cooking.
himself.
So I just
He
want to make sure
sounds
the
like
world,
my man. Every
make
time
sure
somebody
the
gives me a
world
compliment,
hears
my husband
that.
says, "Well, you didn't say you liked it." Ernest, listen, no, but that's how it happened. And Rochelle Brown from Powerhouse Productions,
Yep.
friend of mine, and we have a common friend, and lo and behold, I did some work with Rochelle. She had a restaurant in New Jersey, and they would feed my kid's father. I would order food, and you know they're from their restaurant, and for Thanksgiving, because I was in Los Angeles working on tour with Eric B and Rakim for their Don't Sweat the Technique tour, and would send them food out there and help him because he was helping me with our daughter while I was on the road. And Rochelle had her eye on me. And I didn't know Rochelle was producing all of these shows. However, we became friends
That's
after
so
working
cool.
together. And story short, one day she said, Yo, you know, you really are cooking. I'm just watching you. Can you send me some of the food you make? And after many conversations and some, you know, outside work and then work we put in from over 3 years of just her, let me see what I can do. 3 years later, right after the pandemic kind of fell through, I was at an event. And Rochelle said, hey, listen, we got your, you know, we have it greenlit. And,
Wow.
and it was with the best production family partnership that I could ever ask for, Aspire TV, because I could see myself there. And working with this network has been one of the most successful Black entities that I have ever worked with in my entire career, outside of Powerhouse Production, which is an all-Black production also.
Got it. Well, you are aspirational, so it makes sense that
Thank
you
you.
would be on Aspire.
Yeah, and when God gives you something, He doesn't make any mistakes.
That
It
part.
wasn't me
Yeah.
taking myself there.
Can I
Well-
just say something on that note? Oh, never mind. He gave me the producer look. I got it.
So we're gonna come forward, and you are listening to, watching, vibing out to Food for Thought with Karen and Ernest. You are listening to, watching, vibing out to Food for Thought with Karen and Ernest. She's the Karen, I'm the Ernest, and our guest tonight is the world famous Yo-Yo. And before we came forward, we were talking with Yo-Yo about her show. And Karen, you had a question that you wanted to ask
Yeah, not
Yo-Yo?
a question. I just want our audience to make sure they didn't gloss over what she said about obedience. And I'm not a prophet or a preacher, nor do I play one on TV. Howsoever, I do know what she's talking about, and I just for the people who know. God is good in all the things, and when you are obedient, He will give you the desires of your heart. So I just want people to hear that because she said it so eloquently, and I just don't want to gloss over that. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Amen.
So we were talking about the show, and you were telling us that it came about in the pandemic, and you never know who's watching. Like, you never know who's
Right.
who's paying attention.
Yeah.
And fast forward to 3 years later, you now have a show on Aspire TV. And can you tell people, first of all, how they can find you, your socials,
Okay.
your website, any
Yeah.
of that stuff, but also how they can find information about Aspire TV.
Okay.
And we also we would be remiss before you jump in there. We haven't told people when the show comes on. So if you could handle those three things, that would be amazing.
Thank you. I would love to. You can find me on all social platforms at Yo-Yo Fearless. You can find the cooking show at Downright Delicious at Aspire TV, streaming on Aspire TV Plus, and you can also find old episodes or episodes that you might have missed on Amazon Prime. What's the last one? I'm so
When
good.
does the show air?
And the show airs every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. on the West Coast. There are 30-minute shows back to back, so jump on in there at 8. Entertain yourself. My favorite episode is the one, it's called For Lovers Only.
Okay.
And it's me watching. I mean, it's the first time I really watched all of the things I've been on. I mean, not I mean, I'm talking about the cooking show, but me watching myself with my fiance on the show, I was just so pretty and so dainty and so
All of the
soft,
things.
maybe a
catering.
little soft.
She's
I
in her
was like,
soft
oh
girl
my-
era.
Yeah.
I mean, otherwise, I'm just Yolanda.
Right.
But watching myself cater to him, and I'm just like, and having him in the kitchen because, this is why I love the Downright Delicious show on Aspire TV because I get a chance to bring my mom in. And when my mom's in the kitchen, I'm a servant.
Right.
It's really like, yes,
Right.
chef.
You are
yes,
the
chef.
you are the
right,
sous
right.
chef.
It's Downright Delicious with Mama Mia. And when he was in the kitchen, I really watched the show, and I was just looking like, wow, it was good to see me. Just be myself, and so I want
love
you guys to
that.
see it in the conversation.
Absolutely.
And it's the #1 show on this season.
Oh.
And we're almost 3 seasons in, if I'm not mistaken. 3 seasons.
Wow.
Well, since I didn't comb my hair today, I could tip my hat to you.
Yes.
Yeah, Ernest and I have the discussion all the time that cooking together, like couples cooking together, lovers cooking together, is so sexy.
It
It's
really
so
is.
sexy.
And it's really, and you mentioned something that I want to make sure that I touch base on, and that is, it is how you are really able to show without saying anything that you care, that how
Right.
much this person means to me. And we've one of the segments that we've done on the show is dining and dating, and we both agree that that is a perfect date. Being able to be with the person that you are romantically involved with, being in the kitchen, a glass of wine, or as it applies to today, 0 proof champagne, and being able to really bond over
Yeah.
cooking. It is a very intimate and loving way
Yes.
of being able to show
I
how much
agree.
you care about the people that you are with.
Yeah,
So-
it really is. When we're at home, after I've had a long day, I mean, seriously, he'll look at me like, I haven't eaten. And it just warms my heart. I'm like, oh, you're hungry? Like, I'll cook
love
for you.
that.
But I love to cook, and I'll cook
Yes.
for you.
Yes.
If we come home from a long day and you're with me, and Karen, you say, I'm hungry. The first thing I'll say is, I'll
love
cook.
that.
And I love to cook,
Wait,
and I love to
how Karen? All right,
And Ernest.
I need y'all.
Ernest.
Like I need everybody,
Are
whether
you
you
jealous
watching on
over this girl,
YouTube,
man?
whether
Are you
you're on
jealous?
IG.
Jelly
They
much?
over here bonding,
bonding.
and
Yes, we are.
I have known Dr. Yolanda Whitaker for
Right.
a bazillion
Right,
years,
right,
and
right.
but no, okay, all right, noted.
You're old hash, my friend. It's fine.
I see.
Well,
apparently.
come on over.
That would be
What's your
fun.
favorite dish?
Anything you cook.
Yeah.
Anything, I mean, meat-wise.
Here's the thing. I have a relatively short list of things that I don't eat, and that is bananas, mushrooms, tomatoes,
Avocados.
and avocados.
Okay.
As long as it doesn't have that, I can eat anything
okay,
else.
okay.
So but let me ask you this: what is your favorite dish to cook?
My favorite dish to cook is I love this catfish etouffee that I make.
Ooh.
Word?
And I know.
Word?
And that's okay.
Okay.
Look at
And
the
that is
reaction in the
that is
building.
a recipe I got from one of my girlfriend's families. They did a family reunion, and as part of their family reunion tradition, they bring all their recipes together. So they made a book.
Oh, that's
And one
cool.
of my friends gave me the book of one of
I
her
love
family
that.
recipe books, and I tried this dish many moons ago, and it has been one of my favorite dishes to make. It's quick, it's easy, it's delicious. Of course, I've added my own touch, which you do to any recipe that you
getting hungry.
make for the first time. You add your own spice in
Yeah.
it. So I add some coconut milk, but it's quick, it's
Ooh,
easy, it's on
In your
time
lane,
base.
my
I can
friend.
make it easy in the house. You come in, make the rice. The rice takes the longest probably. It only takes like 12 to 17 minutes to make the dish. It's 12 minutes for the fish in the steam pot. Really delicious. I make a mean oyster ribeye steak with some mashed potatoes and some spinach or something like that. My glazed salmon over a brock of broccolini is real simple and easy and sexy. It doesn't take long to cook. And I like dishes like that. I like dishes that
Yeah.
don't take long to cook.
Same.
They look sexy.
Same.
They're delicious.
Yeah.
I make a good salad.
Yeah.
I can make a good salad
You know-
taste like
Do
meat.
you make your
I-
own salad dressing?
I do make my own salad dressing thanks to all of the great recipes that I'm not afraid to try.
So good.
And and,
Yeah.
and really I don't even have, before growing up, refrigerator door full of sauces.
Right.
Now
You make your own. I love
I
that.
just whip up on
Yeah, I'm
whip
with
my
you
own.
about being brief in the kitchen. I call myself the Black Rachel Ray.
I
20 minutes
love
or
that.
less.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And you mentioned something that I think is very interesting, and that is that it doesn't have to take long, and you are probably eating better than if you went out to a fast food place.
Yeah.
And the amount of time that it would take for either DoorDash to show up or for you to make it down the street to go there, you could cook
make
a
it,
good
yeah.
meal, and it
You're
sounds
right.
like it's an amazing meal, not just good.
It's just like writing. A lot of people don't like to write because of all of their concerns with the punctuation, spelling. But the more you do it, the more you become great at it. You don't have to be an expert to be in the kitchen. I always love to say, I'm not a chef, I just love to cook. And what makes me great is I do it all the time. And so the more I do it, the better I get.
Yeah.
And I experiment the same way I do with using my tools with writing, with my metaphors. I'm just thinking of different ways to say the same thing people would say, but how could I be more? And that's what I do in the kitchen.
I think we can add another title behind her name.
Which is
Food outlier.
outlier.
Yeah. An outlier is a person who masters something because they do it like 10,000 hours.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a
absolutely
year or
right.
whatever, but you keep
Yeah.
doing it like you said. You get better, you get better, you get better, you perfect it. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, you are a food outlier.
I know, right?
And for
And
one
a
thing,
food architect.
one thing
Yes.
that is beautiful is that our guests or people watching us on the IG or YouTube or wherever they are consuming this, they can't see it, but we have some guests in the room. And as Yo-Yo is talking about the meals that
did you
she's
see the
cooking,
face?
they are testifying. It's like,
I mean, clearly.
so it is apparently a thing. You are listening to, watching, vibing out to Food for Thought with Karen and Ernest. Listening to, watching, vibing out with Food for Thought and with Karen and Ernest. And I almost forgot that because I'm so excited about our guest. I was like, the show is named. Well, there is an and. It's Karen and Ernest.
It's no alcohol in there.
Yeah, I was going to say it's zero proof. That's what's throwing me off. Our guest this evening is the world famous Yo-Yo, and we are talking about her love of cooking. And one thing that, before we jump back into Yo-Yo, I want to tell people where they can find us. Is that cool?
You're running things.
Oh, yeah, I am. Well,
I know how to defer.
Yo-Yo told you where you could find her, and you can find us on Instagram at Food for Thought with K&E. You can also find us there on YouTube at Food for Thought with K&E. And then you can, if you're one of those people that has an email or wants to shoot us an email and has a question about something that we covered on the show, you can find us at foodforthought@foodforthoughtwithknd.com. So you can shoot us an email. So Yo-Yo,
Yes.
it is amazing how quickly time goes by, but we want to be able to give you the mic and the floor to be able to talk about anything in particular that's going on in your world aside from the show or even including the show.
Well, like I said, 13 years with the Yo-Yo School of Hip Hop Arts and Academics program, and that is through the National College Resource Foundation, where we give scholarships to kids. We bring all of the HBCUs around the globe in one room, and we offer scholarships. So I'm excited about that. Also, I am the co-host of Cafe Mocha Radio. We're in 38 markets and Sirius XM on channel 141 with Emmy Award-winning Lonnie Love, our producer Angelique, and of course the Queen, Yo Yeezy. And you can catch us on that. Also, what else do I have going on? Yeah, Downright Delicious, where I'm whipping
Downright
in that
Delicious.
kitchen. Yes, Downright Delicious with Yo-Yo. I mean, every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. If you miss some episodes, Aspire TV Plus or Amazon Prime.
And
No pressure, but I feel a food product coming from you.
I know, right? Yeah.
And real quickly,
Praise God, I receive it.
for those people who may not know, you do a Meatless Mondays segment on your show.
Yes.
Why did you feel that it was important to have that be a segment on the show?
Because all of my friends are taking me to places. I mean, I want tacos. They taking me to them. They don't eat meat. They're vegans. They're plant-based. And even though, you know, I love to smell bacon in the morning. It beats a cup of Seca any day. I take a hit, then I fade. No. But I wanted to really try the recipes out. And when I started making the recipes, I really enjoyed them. And I was like, oh, okay, it's not as bad as it seemed. Now, them tacos, I would never go back to that taco place. Maybe they make some other ones. But just the fact that I love meat and I love eating, I just wasn't open to it. But, I mean, you know, you never know until you tried it. I tried it and I like it. And now I can feed plant-based or vegans or non-meat lovers in my kitchen.
I love it. How many episodes are in a season? How many did you
Well, we
take?
are growing, honey, because we are in the top rankings over
Okay.
at Aspire TV. Thanks to Powerhouse and the team, we are rising to the top. So we started out with 16, and then we went to 20, and they're breaking those up to different seasons.
Nice.
So we're knocking them out the box.
Nice. That's a beautiful thing. Well, when we come forward, we are going to do our world famous hot dishes. You are listening to, watching, vibing out to
And
Food for
looking.
Thought.
And looking.
And looking.
And looking.
And looking at them. Food for Thought with Karen and Ernest. You are looking, I've been drinking, and what that was supposed to be, zero proof alcohol, by the way. So I can't even really say I've been drinking. You are watching, listening, and vibing out to Food for Thought with Karen and Ernest. And it is the time of the show for our world famous hot dishes. Our hot dishes are sometimes unpopular opinion, but we said what we said, and I told you in the last segment where you could find us. Yo-Yo told you where you could find her. So, Kay-Lou, do you want to get us started with your hot dish?
Yeah. I don't like when I go to a restaurant and I'm having dessert, and I don't have dessert a lot because I normally drink my dessert.
Absolutely.
But I'm having dessert and I want a cup of coffee and there's no coffee machine in the building. Like, I don't understand that. How you could have great dessert, but there's no coffee, cappuccino, espresso, latte that can accompany it.
Yeah.
And when I'm with you, you always have dessert.
I always
so I have
have
to
dessert.
have some, so I gotta
Yeah.
have some coffee.
Yeah, I always have dessert.
That's mine.
All right. Yo-Yo, do you want to jump in or should I do my...
Jump in. I'm thinking.
Okay, no
Go ahead,
problem.
I'm thinking.
So my hot dishes kind of come about before, but because of where we are in the year, I really dislike when you say to somebody, oh, I'm not drinking, and you would think that you talked about their mama. What? You not gonna have a drink? Oh my God, why are you not drinking? How you not gonna drink? I don't have to explain all of that to you. Like, I'm cool, and me not drinking doesn't have anything to do with you drinking.
Right.
So I really kind of hate when people give you that hard way to go.
It is
but
funny.
when you say that you're not drinking,
Yeah.
like you spoke about their mama. So it is what it is, and you can at me if you want to. But so Yo-Yo, do you have a hot dish?
I think my hot dish might be, I don't like when I'm with a table of people who don't like to try new things, things that we've never tried before.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Like, you know, you might have a waiter or the chef come out and they bring some food out for you to try, or they're really trying to, and they're like, oh yeah, I don't eat snails and I don't do this, and without even trying it. And I just think that I
It
just
gets my
like,
goat, too.
yeah, I just
Yeah.
like to try new things in different places. I don't like going to places where people want to eat the same thing
Yeah.
all the time.
yeah.
When I go out to eat, I want to
Wanna
find
try
some
something.
great places. I want to try something new.
Yes.
And you know, that's kind of where Food for Thought with Karen and Ernest came about. We were at a restaurant, Bestia, and we were having a bunch of things that we hadn't had before, and we wanted to be able to have conversations with people the same way that we have conversations
Yeah.
about food. It's
Yeah.
like, oh my God, like that
Right.
was so good. Or
Right.
escargot is,
Yes.
even though it may seem weird to eat
Right.
snails,
Yeah.
it's really good with
Right.
some wine sauce. Or
Right.
so
Just try it.
like that's
Right.
what the show
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
That's where the
Yeah.
show came
Yeah.
about. And Go
Let me
ahead.
say something about the drinking thing, though.
Okay.
When people say, "Oh, well, then I'm not going to drink," and it's like I have a pastor who said, "You're not truly celibate if you have no takers." So it's like you got to be tempted with something. So if I'm like, "Oh, I'm not drinking, so you guys can't drink,"
Right.
then how
Right.
do I get tested? So
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And so as long as you ain't giving me the blues about not drinking, we gonna be all right. Dr. Yolanda Whitaker,
Yes, my
also
love.
known as Yo-Yo, thank you so much for coming in, hanging out with us
Yes.
tonight. And it
Exciting.
is absolutely amazing because in all the time that I've known you, I didn't know that you got down in the kitchen like that. Like,
Yes.
like there are people in the industry that are kind of quote unquote known for cooking. Patti LaBelle. On the hip hop side, Heather B we'll talk about her cooking. So I did not know that you get down.
excited.
And I love that you are doing it, and continued success with the
Yes.
show and your academy and all of the
Everything.
things. So
Thank you so much. And really quick, I cooked in Ann Christoph's kitchen before. I made some butter potatoes, and Ann was like, "I'm on a diet. I can't eat. You put a stick of butter in there." So I've been cooking for a long time. But thank you.
I
It is such
love
an honor to
that.
reintroduce myself to, of course, my
Yes.
friend I've been knowing my entire career
Yeah.
from the very beginning,
love
Mr.
it.
Skinner. And Karen, it is such a pleasure to meet you on this new journey, and you get the chance to meet Yolanda
I love
Yo-Yo
it so
Whitaker,
much.
and it is such a pleasure. Thank you for
Yes.
allowing me
Thank
on
you
your
for sharing your
platform
time.
and share Downright Delicious. I hope you
Downright
watch.
Delicious.
Yes,
Yes,
please watch.
Thursdays
Absolutely.
at 8 p.m. on
Yes.
Aspire TV
Yes.
is where you can find it. And
8 p.m. Eastern.
8 p.m. Eastern, 5
Yes.
p.m. on the West Coast. And, hey, it's amazing how quickly time goes by, but we made it through another one.
We did.
All right, well, in the words of Karen and Ernest, bye!
Bye.